Bootleg Figuarts, a cheaper alternative or a terrifying game to play. Buying bootleg Figuarts is like playing Russian roulette. You can either get a really good figure like this Goku and Bulma right here, or you can get a really bad one like this. Now I did buy not one but two of these bootleg Gogetas right here, and I'm honestly interested to see how they're going to turn out. After opening both boxes, I did notice one of the figures haven't even been put together yet, which isn't a big deal because it is an easy fix, but since it is a part, we're going to focus on the other figure for now. Now this figure comes with 2 face plates, an extra head sculpt, and 6 extra hands. And starting off with that extra head sculpt, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro, this thing is ugly as hell. I don't know what they did with this thing, bro. It looked like Gogeta got into the wrong type of sensu beam, especially considering the fact that the older bootleg Gogeta head sculpt looked better than this one, and that figure was trash. Yeah, I don't know what they did to this thing, but it definitely ain't it. Now, as far as our first faceplate, I'm not gonna lie, they definitely did their thing with this one. I feel like it definitely looks like Gogeta to me. Comparing it to the first bootleg Gogeta, they definitely did better with this one. It's literally night and day between the two. And I could definitely say the same about the yellow faceplate as well. They did a really good job with this one. I feel like it looks just like Gogeta. And again, I feel like it looks a little bit better than that original bootleg Gogeta face sculpt. Now, as far as the hands, I ain't even finna waste up time on them. We seen them before. And as y'all see, I did put the other figure back together, but like I said, we gonna focus on just one for now. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. For this to be a bootleg Figuarts, they for sure went crazy on this. Now, don't get me wrong, the paint ain't perfect by any means, but for a bootleg, the paint for sure is clean, especially considering how smooth the paint is on the pants as well as the hair. There's absolutely no clumping or flaking or anything like that from the paint. Hey, yeah, man, I'm really liking how everything's looking, but there is one thing that bothers me about this figure, and that is, for whatever reason, the vest doesn't want to plug into the left side of the chest. And this brings me right back to what I said at the beginning of the video. It is Russian roulette when it comes to buying these bootlegs, because as you can see, the other bootleg Gogeta doesn't have that problem at all. Another thing that irritates me about this figure is the faceplate itself doesn't want to plug in smoothly to the hair, which is definitely annoying, as it leaves this noticeable gap in between the hairpiece and the faceplate. So I'll definitely have to end up fixing that later on. Another thing that irritates me about this figure is where is Gogeta's neck on this figure? I mean, they just straight up took away his neck. It looks like his head's coming out of his chest, and that's because for whatever reason they decided to put the smallest ball joint inside of his neck, which then makes it look like somebody done dropped a cement block on his head. I mean, bro, literally ain't got no type of neck. He finna be talking with all chest. And both of these figures do have the same issue. It's not a big deal, but it definitely is annoying. Back to the positives, I feel like they definitely did better with the newer head sculpt, even though the older ones still look good, but I do feel like the new one is a little bit closer to the original figure. Now, as far as articulation in the neck, you're not really going to get too much going up or down, and that is because that stupid ball joint that they put in the neck. You can get a little bit going side to side, but that's gonna be about it, because like I said, you can't really get too much because of that ball joint. Now, the little yellow pieces on the vest are articulated just like the official one, but I would be careful with these as they do feel fiddly and easy to break. His arms do go up about that much. He also does have the typical biceps, but they're just so tight that I didn't want to push it, because I feel like if I did, they for sure would snap off. That's one thing I can say about this thing, is the joints are tight as hell. And of course, he does have the typical double jointed elbows, as well as a swivel and a hinge at the wrist. Now, as far as him bending over, pause, you can't really get too much going forward because the belt does kind of block the joint from really pushing forward. And as far as him bending back, pause, he don't really have too much going back. He can also kick up a really good amount. Like I said, this figure's joints is really good. I would say it is the same quality as an actual Figuarts, which definitely did surprise me. He can kick back about that much as well. He does have the typical thigh swivel as well as the double jointed knees, and he can kick up a really good amount side to side. Like I said, the joints of this figure definitely surprised me. He does have the typical up and down at the ankle as well as the toe joint, and he does have some swivel at the ankle as well. But yeah, man, that's pretty much gonna wrap up the review. Now, if I had to rank this figure on a scale from 1 to 10, I would give it a cool 8.5 out of 10, because quite literally it does fall short in the neck, and that's the only thing that really bothers me about this figure. It definitely ain't perfect, but I mean, at the end of the day, it is a bootleg, and for a bootleg Figuarts, I would say it is a really good one. Now, would I recommend y'all go pick this up? Like I said at the beginning of the video, there is a game of Russian roulette. Y'all seen it right here in this video. I picked both of these figures up from the same seller on the same day, and as y'all seen, one of the figures had a problem with his chest while the other one didn't, and that's just how it goes when it comes to these bootlegs. There is no quality control, so you never know what you're gonna get. So I will not be recommending y'all go out and pick one of these up. I will be leaving that decision to y'all, but what I can say is the 2 copies I did pick up, I'm pleased with, and they are really good quality, paint, joints, everything, man. So do with that what you will, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like. You new, make sure you subscribe. To the out, stay tuned.